I'm always telling people that I explore the bridge. I need to move this cat. I'm always telling people that I explore the bridge between verbal and movement language. And recently I was asked how, and I was kind of baffled because I was like, you want me to answer that in one sentence? Like, there are so many different ways, and it's so complicated. And I thought, well, you know what? I'm just gonna make a list and I'm gonna make a video, so the next time I'm asked, I can just be like, here's a link. So the cat knocked over my camera, so I'm sorry if it's changed the, you know, whatever. Basically, I write and I dance. And the way that I bring those together is improvised or carefully calculated, and I've put together a list of 6 different ways that right now I've seen them in my work. The first I'm calling Ideokinesis, which is actually a branch of somatics that uses powerful images to bypass habitual movement patterns and retrain the muscular and skeletal systems to move more efficiently. But what I'm taking from it is the kinesthetically powerful images and the importance of written word and word choice in creating those images. So an example of this that I have is, of course, I Never Forget My Own Choreography, which is a site-specific work that I created by going into the site, listening to the sounds, and allowing myself to access my memory through those sounds, then to write a powerful image for myself and use that image to create a piece in that space. The second way is Memoir, which of course is a broad thing that manifests in various ways in just about all of these. Specifically, I'm referring to when I start the process with memoir writing and I create a written work of memoir that then isn't modified much for the ultimate dance piece. And an example I have of this is my piece entitled The Emotional Roller Coaster of Cat Food Commercials, in which I told my story that I created using a process of memoir writing, while the movement of the piece sort of transformed the space into the environment in which the story took place. The third process is something I'm calling air writing, where I actually trace the written word in the space to create movement. An example I have of this is I missed the fog, but I forgot about the mist, where all of the movement for the piece came from a letter that I wrote to someone about how I missed them. Next is what I'm calling improvisation, which is a silly word, which here means just about nothing, but I'm referring specifically to improvised words. For example, my piece called Hopefully I'm Not Clapping Alone for Too Long, where 2 speakers had scripts that were just a collection of sentences and words and paragraphs that they could say in any order, in any voice, at whatever length. They could repeat whatever they wanted. There was a dancer in the back who was actually, her movement was set, and her set movement was the length of the piece, and at the end she started clapping. The next one is one I'm calling literalism, and I put a question mark at the end, so I'm really calling it literalism. And I guess the definition of this is using words to describe exactly what is being seen. So I created a piece called To Prove My Art Can Be Dangerous, where there were 2 video projections in the space and 1 dancer, and there was a recording of a voice that described everything that was going on in the space and gave hints to what the process was by which that piece was created. It was very just upfront with everything, open, described everything, and interestingly, that was the piece that the responses I got were all questions like, what was it? Can you explain to me? I need information. And I was like, it was all there. I don't know. So finally, there's what I'm calling words as soundtrack. And the example for this is a very early piece of mine, probably my first exploration of memoir and of word and movement. It's not even titled. It's called Music and Choreography Final. It was a piece I created in my last semester of undergrad, when I was having to do all these speeches and I was practicing them in video, and then there were also projects where I had to turn in speeches in video. So I took all of these recordings, I took all the times I introduced myself, I took all the times I messed up and stopped or started crying or something or cleared my throat, and then I took all the times I actually successfully finished the thank you, goodbye, please send me an email, all of those. I strung them all together, and then I created a dance to go along with them that was inspired by the movement of the videos, the reaching out to shake someone's hand, the kind of hiding, closing in that I wanted to do. And I differentiate this from something like the literalism, where there was a voice track, and from Memoir, where I was speaking in space, because it wasn't just one story or one line of words. It was edited to be more sound than words. It was sound or music than a story. So that's all I have right now for the ways that I've explored verbal and movement language, and I know there will be more. And they are definitely more complex. I urge you to watch some of my works that are on here so that you can see and ask questions. And I will provide updates as I keep working. Let's bring the cat back. Say goodbye, Sonora. She caught a teddy bear and she's really excited about it.